Hi everyone, welcome to another video. It's 𝗙𝗶𝗀𝗀𝗃 here. Thanks for coming. I really appreciate your love and the support. It means a lot, really. Today's video is something that I got from a fellow content creator. He's Black American living in West Africa and his name is Afro Think Tank. He's clearly upset about something that he's going to speak about. Yeah, watch this clip, come back and let's talk about it.
What I've run into is that when African Americans do this, because I'm not the only one doing this, a lot of people doing this, but what I'm running into is that there are people on the continent who get upset when you tell things that they don't want to be told, when you start telling histories that not so favorable to certain tribes, right? And they get offended and they come in my comment section, and it's kind of like a thing where they're like, hey, be careful, because their point of view, usually from being part of that tribe, they have an adversarial view of other tribes or other groups, and they don't like it when African Americans talk about this because it exposes some of the things that they don't want to be exposed. One thing I've noticed about West African and Central African culture is that continental Africans like to be really enclosed about certain cultures, certain practices, certain things, and because they're so enclosed and like to hide, they like to close the door behind a lot of things. They don't like people to see a lot of things. What that makes it hard for the African diaspora, the people who are a result of the acrimonious altercations that happen between the different tribes, the people who I am a product of the tribal issues within West and Central Africa. When we try to explore and see what is it that happened? What's the political implications of these tribes? Where did these tribes come from? What tribe did what to what tribe? What kingdom did what to what group? Who are the characters? Who are the actors? What situations happen to cause various situations? When African Americans explore our actual history, we're gonna have to explore it and we have to be objective about it. Meaning, if you're a Yoruba and I disseminate information that's not favorable to Yorubas, guess what? As a Yoruba, you're gonna have to accept that history, because that's what happened. The same way we want white people to accept the transatlantic slave trade and the world destruction, that the campaign they went on, they're gonna have to look at their ancestors, look at the past, and say, these are our ancestors. This is what our ancestors did. These are the result of our ancestors' actions. These are the things that we have to do to change those things, to not repeat those same mistakes. The same thing goes for African people. Yorubas, Igbos, and the various other tribes obviously have historical political issues with each other, because if you guys didn't have historical political issues with each other, there would be no such thing as an African American. So as an African American, in any African diaspora has the right, let me tell you something, we have the right to talk about and explore the true history of Africa, how things manifested itself, and if that means that a faction of a Yoruba tribe did something to the Benin people, or if they're talking about territory disputes or who owned what, and if it comes to that, that's just what we're going to have to talk about. And tribal Africans can't tell us African Americans, who are a result of your acrimonious altercations with your brother and with your sister, you can't tell us not to talk about it. You can't tell us to pick a tribe and be loyal to a specific tribe, because we are the reason why we're called African American, because we have a piece of every one of you. Man, if we're a piece of the Yoruba tribe, piece of the Igbo tribe, piece of the Akan tribe, piece of the Fulani, piece of the Twa, piece of all of those. You can't tell us what not to say, because you all belong to us. We belong to y'all collectively. You can't tell us, you can't put pressure on us who are trying to learn why we even ended up over here and why we're even called African American, why we have to rediscover ourselves because of what it is that your tribes and kingdoms did to each other, resulting in us. So don't tell us what we can and cannot talk about when it comes to African history, whether you like it or not, because there are no innocent tribes, there are no innocent kingdoms on this planet. There's no group of people who have manifested a level of peace where they can sit on the moral high mountaintop and judge and point fingers at everybody else as if they had no participation or they had nothing to do with why there is a such thing in the first place as an African American.
This is, as you've seen, a Black American man who is clearly upset of the fact that African people do not want to talk about the things that need to be spoken about. One thing he also pointed out that I really want to point out a lot as an African is the African culture that people praise a lot is so much enclosed, as he said. People don't want to speak about things that somehow make them uncomfortable. Like if you confront people, they get defensive, and that's how African people act. Something that is not okay, especially like for the people that are coming from the diaspora and want to come in the motherland to discover themselves, to connect with the heritage, to connect with the motherland and the culture and the people. They need some answers. Of course, we are not going to have all the answers, like we didn't exist in those times, but we should have some kind of storytelling that tells the truth of things that truly happened. And the tribal division in Uganda or around the African continent is the biggest thing a lot of people that came to colonize us used
to separate us as black people, as African people as a whole.
People are so much into the fact that tribes cannot be spoken about. If a certain tribe speaks about the atrocities that another tribe did to them, then there's going to be a big argument, there's going to be chaos, there's going to be this conflict, and people are going to start hating each other, instead of really knowing that this is what really happened. You did this, we did this, but how do we overcome it? It's more of always being defensive, always putting a picture of our tribe is the best, our tribe did better, our tribe did this, and it's not helping. And people don't want to admit that. I do believe our ancestors participated in the atrocities that caused our people to be taken into slavery. I'm not saying they were the majority, but I do believe the kingdoms, the chiefs, the tribes in the ancient times in our history, they participated to be in power. And that's why I think also our people ended up in the Western world. But African people don't want to admit that we did participate. Our ancestors participated. So when a person comes and has some truth or some history to back that up, are we as Africans able to take it in and be like, you know what, okay, my tribe did this, and of course we cannot change the things of the past. They happened. I can't really change anything. But what do we do to fix the few things that happened? I wish African people could really admit and stop playing the victim card all the time, like, oh, us, we are just victims, we were colonized, we never participated in anything. It's only the white people, the Arabs and all these people that participated in taking our people, and like we excuse that factor that we also participated. And so that is where the conflict comes in. And I do kind of try to understand this person. He's pissed and angry on why you people, like he's like, you people did this, your tribes, your kingdoms, your chiefs, your leaders participated because of power and dominated other maybe small tribes to take us into this situation that ended up making us African Americans. Why don't you accept it? So as a we have a guest. Hi. You want to say hi? Come and say hi. Say hi. Say hello. Come and say hello. You come and say hello. Say hi. Hi. Say hi, hi.
Hi, hi.
Okay, you go back in the house.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Let's go to work.
Yeah, you go to work.
Let's go to work.
Well, as I was saying, as a person coming from the diaspora, you'll be a little bit disconnected with the African people when it comes to the history, because we don't fully have the true context of what truly went down. And because you come from a white dominated place where there was full oppression, because you are the minority, we will not have the same kind of mindset in the way that we see things, as well as when it goes to the black people in the diaspora, black Americans, Caribbeans, or just the people that were impacted to be taken into the other lands of the world. You need to also at least try to let go of some things. I know it's painful. I know you have a lot of anger towards us, and I see a lot of people say on every video that I make on how you Africans sold us into slavery. I can't really change it. I'm sorry. And I'm not proud of it. If my ancestors participated, I shouldn't be proud of it at all. But what should I do really? Like, if you write such a comment, what do you want me to do? Should I steal to give you what I don't have? Because that's like you also need to be a little bit, understanding. Yes, you might say all those things, but then look at the African continent. are the people that you're telling sold you off, do they even have the capacities of giving you what you need? Or we just need to come together as a collective? Because at the end of the day, still, we as African people, and you the Africans in the diaspora, black people as a whole, we are still in the same status, and it doesn't matter if you are of a certain tribe or if you are from a certain country. As long as you carry this skin, the world of the other people will always treat us the same. We are still struggling. We face the same challenges. We face racism the same way. We are discriminated the same way. So those are the things that we need to focus on. Yes, history is important and we need to learn about it. I'm not excusing us Africans not wanting to learn or not knowing a lot of our history, but we need to also focus on the future. Like they always say, the other people actually know the future is Africa. So if the future is Africa, that means a lot of us as African people around the world, all of us as black people around the world, we need to start now working together, communicating and creating things that are going to be better for us as a whole and fix ourselves. And as Africans, we need to be able to take accountability for the actions of our ancestors. Like if someone comes and, like, let's say this man comes with the receipts, with the history books, knowing that you guys of this tribe did this to this tribe, are we able as Africans to take it in and hold it in and still let go and see that, okay, this happened, but what is the way forward? I think that would make more sense to me. I don't want to gaslight you into thinking that you're not entitled, you don't have the rights to speak about what you need to speak about. Like you were saying, we as African Americans have the right to ask questions and no answers and all that. Yes, you are entitled to everything and to getting answers, but it should not be, but the blame should not fully be put on the Africans of today. Like we as a whole, you in the diaspora, you didn't choose it to happen. We as Africans here today, you can't come to me and say, oh, you sold me into slavery. I'll be like, what? I'm struggling to even make it in life. Like, what do you mean? So I'll get defensive over that, and I don't want us to reach that point. We should take accountability, but it should be for the ancestors' actions and not for our actions. Our actions today as African people, as a whole, as black people, is to really change the future for our better and not be stuck in the history. Yeah, I know people don't want to hear that, but it is what it is. I really can't change history. I can never. It happened. I'm in the motherland. I didn't choose it. It was destiny. I can't change it. You are in the diaspora. You can't change it. But everything has a positive. Like I always say, you guys are there, but the experience, the knowledge, the things that you know are things that we actually need now in the motherland, for you to help us and come and teach us those things for us to thrive. And for us who stayed in the motherland, when you come, it's us to embrace you and treat you with kindness, teach you around in the things that you missed out on. It should be a vice versa. I know it was a fully negative thing that happened. It's not okay. I shouldn't accept it at all. But everything always comes out with some positivity. The positivity is us coming together with your knowledge and our hard work, our way of life, for us to connect and make Africa the best continent ever to exist. That's really what I can say. I wish I could help you guys in things that you wanted, but I can only do so much. Really, I can really do so much. As a person that grew up in the continent, I will never truly know the true history of what went down. Like, I don't fully know what truly went down. I don't know if my ancestors even participated in the atrocities that made it possible for our people to be taken into the West in the times of slavery. I really can't tell. The only thing I can possibly do in these times is just to help my people when they come back. That's all really. I don't have money to give. I don't have any reparations to give. That is not in my power. I wish it was, but it's not. the only thing I can do is really to support those that are around and help when it's necessary. That's all I can do. Really, that's the truth. I just love when I meet some of my descendants from my ancestors. It makes me feel good. Like, I just love it. It's a beautiful feeling. And like I said, I love the era of social media. I go to learn, to understand my people in the diaspora and the struggles they go through. The Black Lives Matter situation also opened a lot of my eyes, because I always admired you guys and thought you were in these luxury lives every day, every time, living in America, in the UK, and in the Western world. You had it all figured out, and it's not really the case. So I love that we can have these conversations. I wish we can grow from them and learn and better ourselves as a people. And yeah, that's really it. So yeah, let me know what you think about everything. I can't say more, but I just want to send love to everyone and to you guys in the diaspora, that not every African is having some kind of hate towards you. I don't hate people. And it saddens me when I see that when our descendants come, they are in conflicts with people. Of course, everyone is gonna be different. Like I said, ignorant people are gonna be ignorant, and it goes both ways. It can be in Africa, it can be in the diaspora, and you can't really change anything about it. But let's grow, let's love each other, let's connect, let's develop our African continent, let's put our skills together and grow ourselves. Thank you so much for the love and the support. Thanks for watching the video. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.